Hey Jacob, today we're going to continue to read Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. He has a lot of great poetry. It was one of my favorite books when I was a child, and he was one of my favorite authors. I have two more Shel Silverstein books I'm going to be reading to you in the future. I love you very much. Treehouse. A treehouse, a free house, a secret you and me house. A high up in the leafy branches, cozy as can be house. A street house, a neat house, be sure and wipe your feet house. Is not my kind of house at all. Let's go live in a treehouse. Flying Festoon. Oh, I'm going to ride on the flying festoon. I'll jump on his back and I'll whistle a tune, and we'll fly to the outermost tip of the moon, the flying festoon and I. I'm taking a sandwich and a ball and a prune, and we're leaving this evening precisely at noon. For I'm going to fly with the flying festoon, just as soon as he learns how to fly. No difference. Small as a peanut, big as a giant, we're all the same size when we turn off the light. Rich as a sultan, poor as a mite, we're all worth the same when we turn off the light. Red, black, or orange, yellow or white, we all look the same when we turn off the light. So maybe the way to make everything right is for God to just reach out and turn off the light. Invisible Boy. And here we see the invisible boy in his lovely invisible house, feeding a piece of invisible cheese to a little invisible mouse. Oh, what a beautiful picture to see! Will you draw an invisible picture for me? Tight hat. I tried to tip my hat to Miss McCaffrey. I never should have put it on so tight, 'cause it wouldn't come off my head and my neck got stretched instead. That's what you get for trying to be polite. The peanut butter sandwich. I'll sing you a poem of a silly young king who played with the world at the end of a string. But he only loved one single thing, and that was just a peanut butter sandwich. His scepter and his royal gowns, his regal throne and golden crowns were brown and sticky from the mounds, and drippings from each peanut butter sandwich. His subjects all were silly fools, for he had passed a royal rule that all that they could learn in school was how to make a peanut butter sandwich. He would not eat a sovereign steak, he scorned his soup and kingly cake, and told his courtly cook to bake an extra sticky peanut butter sandwich. And then one day he took a bite and started chewing with delight, but found his mouth was stuck quite tight from that last bite of peanut butter sandwich. His brother pulled, his sister pried, the wizard pushed, his mother cried, "My boy's committed suicide," from eating his last peanut butter sandwich. The dentist came, the royal doc, the royal plumber banged and knocked, but still those jaws stayed tightly locked. Oh darn that sticky peanut butter sandwich. The carpenter he tried with pliers, the telephone man tried with wires, the fireman they tried with fire, but couldn't melt that peanut butter sandwich. With ropes and pulleys, drills and coil, with steam and lubricating oil, for 20 years of tears and toil, they fought that awful peanut butter sandwich. Then all his royal subjects came, they hooked his jaws with grappling chains, and pulled both ways with might and main against that stubborn peanut butter sandwich. Each man and woman, girl and boy, put down their plows and pots and toys, and pulled until, crack, oh joy, they broke right through that peanut butter sandwich. A puff of dust, a screech, a squeak, the king's jaw opened with a creak, and then, in voice so faint and weak, his first words that they heard him speak were, "How about a peanut butter sandwich?"